Hey there, and welcome to Family Man Freedom. Thanks for being here. First off, I want to thank you for all the people that have been watching the previous videos and commenting. If you haven't commented, I have been responding personally to every single comment that comes in. If you have any questions regarding Family Man Freedom in general, or like this video is, or the previous videos we've been doing on the Amazon used book FBA, $100 business challenge, or if you have a different $100 business challenge that sounds interesting, then toss it my way. Put it down in the comments. Now, I have been getting quite a few questions in there in regards to different fees that are in the structure, pricing books, conditioning books, things like that. The video that we're going to go over today is going to be on repricing. This is something that you should be doing frequently. Now, since if you didn't know, if you're new to Family Man Freedom, now the idea of Family Man Freedom is to encourage dads to spend more time with their family and with their kids, and that this is a really important thing to do. Now, the biggest blocker to that in most cases has to do with how dads are producing income. So this is a $100 business challenge where we started with $100 and we're going to see where it goes. Now, the biggest deal of all of this is that it is time independent. So it's something you can choose when you're putting in the time. And then once all that is done, the sales and stuff happen later. So the basic process of the Amazon used book process is that you find used books. It could be books you already own. It could be books your family members own that they're letting you do this with. It could be books from yard sales, thrift stores, used bookstores. They could be from library book sales. Any place like that where you can get a good deal on a book, you can price it and know that it's going to sell you for a profit. And once you package them all up, which you can do in any little spare times that you have, maybe not watch a show or something like that, and do this, once you ship them out, Amazon takes care of the rest. Obviously, they take a pretty good fee for that, but it's the time independence that we want. It's not necessarily the maximum profit. If you want to do fulfilled by merchant and get an extra couple bucks out of each one, but then you have to sit there and ship something off every single time, well, you can go ahead and try that. But the whole point, like I said, of Family Man Freedom is for time independence, so we can spend more time with our wives, spend more time with our kids. With that, speed is really important. Now, one of the things that comes up is, how are you scanning books? Now, the way I'm scanning books is I'm using a Bluetooth scanner like this. And all this does is it shoots a little laser, pshum, pshum. And once it shoots that little laser through there, it reads the ISBN code on the back. And now that could go into the Amazon Seller app. I don't recommend using the Amazon Seller app. Now, the Amazon Seller app works, but there's nothing giving you a signal of whether or not you should buy it or not. It's really like you still have to go in there and judge. Am I going to be able to sell this? Is it a good sales rank? Is there profit in it? And there's a couple different windows you have to push around in there. It's a lot of work for just each book. Now, what I do recommend, let me pop over here. What I do recommend, we'll get into that. What I do recommend is Scout IQ. Scout IQ allows you to quickly scan through the books. So basically, I hook this thing up to my phone. I have an earplug in, and I can just go click, 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 and really quickly it tells me based on triggers that I've set. I'm going to do a separate video based on the triggers that are in Scout IQ, how you can change them to your own triggers. Basically, you set these triggers and say, if this book is fulfilling these conditions, then play a different sound. Give me a green for a buy. And what I do is I put a headphone in, I keep my phone in my pocket, and I just go through click, 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 click. And the ones that ding, those are the ones I'm just putting aside, and maybe I'll take time to check through those again individually. And the ones that don't, I just put to the other side. So I can get through a lot of books quickly. Again, Family Man Freedom is to focus on dads spending time with their kids. the $100 business challenge, which I want to do some more $100 business challenges, maybe some $100 investing challenges, anything that can help us have different streams of passive income. So if you're looking to get into this, and if you want to get any of the tools, all the tools that we use for this business are listed below. So we have affiliate links for the Bluetooth scanner, for Scout IQ, for the printer that we use, the labels we use, and all the different things. Okay, so we're scanning with Scout IQ. We're scanning with our barcode scanner. And once you have them shipped off, maybe they've been there a little bit, they're not selling. Now's where this comes in. So you can go ahead and follow along if you want. Here is the process that I go through. Not as often as I should for repricing, because again, this is time independence is the real focus here. So once I ship it off, I don't really want to touch it very much. If you were trying to do FBA, Amazon fulfilled books, and also maximize your profit, you're probably going to want to do a process like this. So I'm going to scooch back over here to I just logged in and I'm on the inventory screen here. And this is just the inventory. If you go to the manage FBA inventory, it doesn't give you all the information that we necessarily need right here. So I'm going to go to inventory and manage inventory. And really what we want to see is this one right here that says like lowest price. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click to available, because I only want to deal with the ones that are available right now. And I can go through here. Now from here, there's two different options you can take. I've seen a couple videos where they're using a certain extension that kind of messes with the way things work. What that extension does is when you click on it, it splits the screen, but it kind of messes up what you can do. And most of the computers that we're using, I'm just on a regular Windows PC. I'm pretty sure an Apple device has it, probably even Chromebooks have it. I'm pretty sure Chromebooks have it. Is if you just grab the window and you move it all the way over to one side, it'll fill in just that half. All right, so what I'm gonna do, so I can keep this window open and do the other ones, I'm gonna right click up here at the top and I'm gonna go to duplicate. So any way you can just duplicate the window or open up a new one. And when you open up that new one, and then I'm gonna take this other one and I'm gonna push it all the way over to that side. Once we have this, we have a way where we'll say the one on our right or the one on our left is the one we're gonna change the prices on. And the one on the left is the one that we are going to use to click the links. So there's two different sets of links. Our SKU goes to a different kind of window. Let's see what I'm gonna organize this. If we click on the SKU that we've put in, it goes to a window that looks like this. So this window, if it's full screen, it looks like this. And this shows us a lot of information. It tells us what condition ours is in. It also tells us right here, it says Prime eligible. So that means this is an FBA. So the thing is, when we're doing the other method, we really want to make sure we're filtering by Prime. And this kind of already tells us what the lowest price is by Prime. And there's only one other one that is Prime. Now, as we're going through this, we can use this, and this is plenty enough information if you're looking to just be the lowest price. Now your pricing, you have to be really careful for, because we're all trying to make an income here. So yes, you have competition out there, but if you're just going for the quick sale right away and you're killing the price, like if right now, if the lowest price here is $15.50, and that's for like a very good book, and I also have a very good book, and I go put it in there at $13, it might take a while for the market to go back up to, if other people follow suit, it might take a while for the market price to go back up in the used category. So we want to keep the market prices for used as high as we can so we can make a profit. So the most that I would go is like maybe 1 cent lower, but probably just match whatever the lowest price is. I wouldn't want to go lower than the lowest price. And as long as the book sells through decently, yours will get picked up also. if it's a book that there's not a lot of, and there's a high profit margin on it, then maybe it's a pretty expensive book. Maybe you can go in a little bit cheaper to make sure yours gets sold. Now, that's kind of goes a little bit in the face of some of the other stuff that I said, which is, since I'm on the $100 business challenge, I need to get cash flow going. So with the cash flow rolling through, I have been pricing books at the lowest price, even if they're higher quality, just to make sure that things try to sell through. So this is one option. If I was going to do it this way, again, we're doing that. What I would do is I would scroll down. This one's already at the lowest price. But what I would do is I would scroll down until I saw that number. I'd say, oh, $15.50. And right here, you can just punch in $15.50. So let's go down to one where I'm not the lowest price. Let's see this one here. So I'm back on this one. I can just click on it right here and it'll open up a new window. Hidden Warbirds. Now, for this one, if I were to scroll down, I could go straight to here and I could say, well, there's 10 books and 1463 is Prime eligible. So those are FBA books. Those are my direct competitors. Those ones are available for Prime. So if I'm just going against those and there's not something that makes my book that much better, that's probably a pretty good price to go for. Another thing that you might consider is my book is in very good condition, but the ones at that price might not be. So that's something to check out. If you're just trying to roll for cash flow and you're trying to get as many sales as you can, maybe just go with that price. Another thing to consider is how fast this book sells. Now at 820, I think I heard somewhere that everything kind of starts at 1 million. And then as it sells, it drops down, and then over time it moves up. So like that, if something is right around 1 million, it's like once a month or something like that. Maybe it was once every 2 weeks. So that's something to pay attention to. If it's below 500,000, it definitely sells decently. If it's above 1 million, it's definitely slower. So that's another video where we're talking about how much profit we want to take, because the book might be sitting around for a while. So this is an option. We could go right into here. We can click through these. And if you notice, as soon as I click on these, it opens up in that other window. So it just opens up another tab there, and we can go here. If we hold down the control button while we click on it, it'll open it up in the other window, but it won't focus on it. So that means we can open up a bunch at once. So that means we can go, if you notice right up here at top, you'll see that a few more are opening. And I can just click on these and they open, but they're not changing what I see. And then once I have that, I can go through these and change the things as I get to them. So let me close these up and we'll go through another option and some things you might want to look at. Okay, so that's option one. That's if you click on your SKU. Another way for you to go is if you click on where it says lowest price right here. Let's see what comes up when I click on that. Now I'm going to hold the control button down. I'm going to open up a couple of them. So I opened up a couple, and what it does is it automatically pulls up this little pop out. Now what this pop out does is it shows you all the books that are available for sale. And then what I like to do is go straight for Prime. And the new is usually going to be on the top and the used will be on the bottom. So these right here are Prime, very good. And it says $10 and mine is at $11.50. So unless that book sells really fast, mine's probably not going to sell pretty quick. So then I need to also see the sales rank, and I think sales rank is right here. So for that book, sales rank is 992 or 992,000. That book doesn't sell that fast, so we'll see. I might leave it there. If I wanted to change that one for $10, I do have to look at my FBA costs. Now this one, it has quite a bit of cost to it, and that is including, since I'm not on the professional plan, it is including the 99 cents. But if I was going to change it, say to $11, then right here I can just change it to 00. I can click save here. That'll do it. So I could just go right there and that one's changed. Another option, let's see what this next one looks like. The Hidden Warbirds. Did I want to change the price of the Hidden Warbirds? Let's see. So I can look at this one. I'm going to go filter, prime. These are all things you should have probably done when you were originally listing them, but this is just how to do it from the Seller Central view. So we're going to go through here. 463. Am I still profitable at 463? Let's see. It's 820,000. 1168. That, see that, so that book has quite a bit of fees on it. Maybe it's because it's a little heavier or things like that. I am a very good, so maybe I'll scroll down a little bit and see if the price goes up. Goes up to 1597. All right, so say I'm gonna go at 16. So I'm gonna go right between these guys. It's considerably lower than where I'm at right now. Maybe somebody's looking for a very good. So if I was gonna go this one, I would go to, let's say 16. And then let's try my next one. And I'll show you another little thing to look at. The Gettysburg, this one is 128,000. So this book sells pretty quickly. Let's see, we're gonna go to filter. We're gonna go to prime. We're gonna scroll down here. Mine is in very good condition. So I'm gonna choose to skip over most of the goods. Those are just little pennies there. This one is a bigger book. So I have a $12 fee on it, so I want to make more than just like $1, but there's a very good at 15. You know, I think those might just sell through, and if those sell through, then I would like to take the bigger profit. So right now I'm at 24. How about we drop it down? Maybe we go to 1850. 1850. So you kind of got a balance, not 1,850. All right, now from here, I have two that I've changed. And if you notice right here, those came, or I can change them all and then I can click save all right there. And that'll also do it. All right, there's one more thing that I do want to look at. If you have a book that changes, you think maybe during certain seasons, this book sells more. Let me see, I think I have one that is Christmas focused. Maybe we'll see. Let me see. Where's the one's Christmas focused? Okay, so this one's like the ultimate cookie pack. All right, let's go do that cookie one. So if we're going to change this cookie one, I have that for $100, but it says the lowest price is 69. So that's a pretty high profit book. I'm going to go click into it and I'm going to check something here. Let's scroll back down for the ultimate cookie book. Maybe this one, it doesn't sell that often, so we'll see. Now, if we get rid of that, I do have an extension that I use called Keepa. Now, what the Keepa does is they keep track of all the different sales and stuff of different books. So this is actually a pretty good book. There's certain times of year when this book sells for a higher profit. So we can see that from like late January, the sales on this book, that even the new price goes up to around 250. Moving into December, we can see this jumps up. Maybe there wasn't a sale, but the used price goes up pretty high. Right now, it shows that the used price is 60. In March, it's pretty low, but it's around the December. So this is one of those books where maybe if I hold off until November, December, which makes sense for a cookie book, November, December for the cookie book, this will work out more in my favor. So when you're pricing, if this is something, if you have a book that you think might be seasonal, that could be textbooks, it could be books related to holidays, it could be different things like that. Double check to see on your Keepa. Again, the little logo looks like this little blue cross here. If I click on it, it'll kind of show Keepa.com. Okay, so that is something to see how the prices fluctuate. Most of them don't fluctuate that much. If I go check this one, it's pretty straight across the board for the used. Okay, so that's how you price books. So right now we've gone in, I've changed the price for 3 different books. And again, we can check it in the screen that has the pop-up. We want to make sure we filter for Prime by doing here. We also have the option to click on where our SKU is. And if we click on our SKU, holding Control makes it so it pops up without coming into focus. So you can open up a bunch. That gives us this cool screen. So if you're looking to get into this, what we're using for the $100 business challenge for FBA used books, we have affiliate links below for the Bluetooth scanner, for Scout IQ, for all the other things that we use, like the printer, the labels. Links for that are down in the description. If you have any questions about this, please leave them down in the comments. If you have new video ideas, if you have new $100 challenge ideas, I am up for it. The goal of Family Man Freedom is to help and encourage dads to spend more time with their family and with their kids. This is a $100 business challenge, and maybe just one small way that'll help you spend more time with your family, with your kids. All right, you take care. Bye.